Deborah has a passion and purpose to assist young men, ages 15 to 24, to overcome obstacles and build their best lives. She wants to see every young man live out their potential. She has a master's degree in human services counseling, with a major in life coaching. More importantly, she is the mother of 3 boys, who are exceptional, educated, professional men. Coach Deborah believes it is better to train early, rather than need to fix later. She utilizes basic principles and God-led concepts. Sometimes the only thing a young man has is their credibility or their name. The actions they take are based on the decisions they make. Those decisions align with their choices and result in consequences. Coach Deborah can assist you if you are lost, floundering, or confused. Embrace the help and start building your best life today.
Happy Saturday! Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you, Brady? How are you, Agnes? Thank you for tuning in. You could be anywhere else, but you decided to join Build Your Best Life this morning, and I greatly appreciate it. I promise not to keep you long, but I always have to bring some tidbits in. And you know, this year is all about reach. Each one of us has a choice whether or not we're going to just watch our young men go down, or if we're going to reach out and assist them in building themselves up. So it's a choice. So I hope you make the choice to reach out. Well, this month, our theme is reaching for the right associates. How many of you know that it is super important to make sure that you have the right people in your circle? You have to have the right people. If you have the wrong type of people hanging around, talking in your ear, or showing those negative actions, some of that can seep into your spirit, right? So it's important what we do with our friends. Now, we all need friends, but we want to have the right types of friends. So this morning, I'm going to be talking about, I need a friend. I need a friend. Not to say that you don't have any friends, but more so, why is it important to have those friends? But please come on in right now, like and share. Get your coffee, your tea, your water. Get ready as we prepare for this topic. I need a friend. So, you know, some people take friends for granted, but you have to think, is a friend a luxury, or is a friend a nice to have? You know, if I have friends, fine. If I don't, it's okay. I'm good by myself. Well, while you are the most important person, friends can do so much for you. I think friends are a luxury. So that's why it's even more essential that we get the right types of friends around us, right? So friends are necessary, and we need friends. So this morning, I want to talk about some things that we want to do as friends and what we should be looking for when we are seeking new friends, or evaluating the ones that are around us. And why is that, my friend? You know, for someone that's just always negative, always talking about somebody, always in pain, always me. Are they helping you? Are you able to, you know, kind of put those values that you have within yourself in them? Are you rubbing off on them, or are they rubbing off on you? Good question, huh? Well, friends are a luxury again. So what types of things do friends help us with? Well, one is communication. Today we have all types of families. We have single parent homes, we have couples, we have blended families, we have widows and widowers, we have young people that are on their own for the first time. So, who do you communicate with? Now, you can only talk to yourself so much. And my mom used to say, "Oh, it's okay, just talk to yourself all you want." But now, when you start answering back, that's when you need to check yourself. So, if you don't have any friends, who are you communicating with? Are you just communicating with yourself? Good question, huh? Having someone to call prevents you being bored or lonely. If you have a friend, they probably love to hear from you. Hey, just checking in, want to see how you're doing. How's it going? Not that you're trying to, take up a lot of their time, but just reaching out, hearing that voice. And then if they need you, they could be a close friend, but if they need you, they're kind of reluctant to call and say, hey. But then if you happen to call them, well, I was just thinking about you. I really needed to go to the store, and something's wrong with my car. Well, girl, why you didn't call me? I'd be glad to come take you. What time do you want to go? But just calling and reaching out is something that is helpful. So that communication. And when you're communicating with someone, you get that feeling that, they understand what you're saying, where you're coming from, what's going on in your life. Your friends not always trying to take the entire conversation. You're talking, have to talk on top of them. They listen as well. So like you say, hey, how's it going? You don't just go right to the next sentence. You give them time to respond. When you listen, you didn't just ask that to be asking. You ask because you sincerely want to know what's going on, how they are. So, take time to listen and make sure that they understand. I had a little message pop up on my screen, so I was trying to check it out, see what was going on. But it's important to, to hear them, what's going on. Good morning, Dan. Thank you for tuning in. It's fantastic to be able to have someone that you can tell something and know that it is going to be held in confidence. It's nothing like saying something to someone and that's the only person that you said it to, and then someone else walks up to you and say, "Well, I hear so and so." And you know that you only told your friend. Now, is that your friend? Why would they repeat it? Your friend wouldn't do that. Or if it was something, it could have been something medical and that they shared with you. And of course, you would say, well, is it okay to, say something to other people so we can be praying? And they may say, well, no, not right now. I'd rather keep it to myself. Or as an example, excuse me, when I was diagnosed with cancer, I didn't tell everybody. Everybody did not know. And those who I wanted to know, I wanted to tell them. So those are my family members and my friends. I spoke to each one of them, tried to be face to face, but I wanted to be the ones to tell them. I knew who I wanted to be praying for me, to assist me. So, it just matters whether or not that person wants you to share. So they may be, yes, all the prayers in the world, and more people praying, the better off. Yeah, I don't mind you saying something. So you find that out, but you don't just go spreading stuff without them stating that it's okay. Because there's nothing more hurtful than to feel betrayed by a friend or someone that you think is really close to you. I wouldn't have done that. So these are things that as we get those friends and we kind of evaluate, yeah, who is in my circle? What type of people are in my circle? And I think most of the people that I know have a good group of people surrounding them. But, hey, I'm talking to the masses. All right. Another thing we look for in a friend and we want our friends to do is we should assist each other. We cannot do everything on our own. Now, we got some hardworking sisters that can get it done, but they cannot do everything. I should say it this way. They cannot do everything 100% of the time. There are going to be times when they're sick, something pops up, life happens, then you're going to need assistance. So you want someone that you can depend on in those situations, because friends are dependable, no questions asked. Deborah, I need you too. Okay. What's the address? What time? What day? What do you want me to pick up from the store? Whatever it is, you don't ask questions. That's your friend. They've asked something of you. I'm glad to assist. Friends hold each other accountable. There's nothing like, it's like, you sitting with a bunch of people in a restaurant and you're eating that salad and you're just eating. And, I talked about the other day, the different types of people, associates in your life. So you have those just acquaintances. So it might be someone you're meeting for the first time. You have those people that they are social friends, or maybe people that you work with or you're in a club with, you go to church with. So you know them in passing. You may sit down, have a meal with them or whatever, but you would not consider them close friends. Then you have those close friends, and then you have those epitome of friends. So you're sitting down with a group of people, and you don't have what you consider a close friend in that group. And you're eating that salad, and that lettuce is right there between those two front teeth, and they just laughing, and you think they're laughing at your jokes. They're laughing at that because you got food in your teeth, but nobody says anything. Now, if your friend was in that group, they'd either give you some type of signal or say, hey, sis, hey, bro. Sometimes you got the little something in your mustache, and you can go and tell them. Now, that's what your friend would do. So we hold each other accountable. If we say, hey, I'm going to start walking. I'm walking Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 o'clock. And your friend says, oh, okay, well, I'll do it too. And they go out there Monday, you're there. Wednesday, you're there. Friday, you don't show up. They're going to call you. Hey, you okay? You weren't there this morning. Oh, I decided to sleep in. Now, we didn't say we were sleeping in on Friday. We said Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9. We were walking. Oh, okay. We did. All right. Won't happen next week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But they're going to hold you accountable, and you're not going to get angry. Sometimes when people say something to you and you're wrong, but when they hold you accountable or try to hold you accountable, you get angry. You don't like it. But with a friend, you should know that they are telling you for your good, and it's okay. You assist each other with tasks. Sometimes, as I stated, you can be superwoman or superman, but sometimes you become overwhelmed. I was listening to, I don't normally look at Dr. Phil, but something caught my attention as I was going through the channels yesterday as I was eating my lunch. And so I began to listen, and, they were talking about these kids that either the parents of the kids that had either committed suicide or was three young people that, were at that point. And it was because they were overwhelmed. They'd gone to school, away from home for the first time. trying to do everything, be there for everybody, be the best that they could be. And it was overwhelming. And one young man stated, I would wake up and the first thing I would think, why didn't I end my life yesterday so I didn't have to wake up to this today? But sometimes we become overwhelmed. But if we have that friend, we can talk to that friend and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is where I am. And they can kind of talk you off that ledge. So it is very, very important to be particular. People can say, oh, she only had them bougie people around her. Well, they may not be bougie, but they're the people that have positive mindset. They're that believe in God, believe in basic principles, biblical principles. You know who you want in your life. And so those are the type of friends that you want around you. So you're not trying to be in a particular kind of way, and you're not trying to be funny or isolate anybody, but you know what you need in your life. You know who you are and whose you are, and you won't like people around you. And in one of my devotionals, I read that, a lot of times we say that person that is not what we would want to be or whatever, we kind of isolate them. And, God wouldn't isolate. Well, it didn't say he would isolate them. They said, well, he would love everyone, even if they were not the right type of person or whatever. So not saying you got to just say, but if you know they're not good for you, you can pray for them, say hello or whatever, but from afar. You don't have to let them talk into your ear or let the spirit seep into your soul. But you still praying for them because they may change, you're hoping they change. And, check on them every now and then. You don't mean them any harm, anything bad, but they're just not the right person to be in your space at this particular time. And that's okay. We have to learn what's okay and what's not okay. Good morning, Yvonne. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're having a great Saturday. So, we want to be around those people that we can depend on. They can depend on us. Friendships go both ways. Friendships are not what that person can do for me. And it should be so. You should not be looking for friends to see, well, what can they do for me? What can they do for me? No, it's a two-way street. And if it's not, there's something wrong with that relationship. Okay, and kind of like piggybacking on part of what I just said, another important aspect of friends is we can help each other's mental health. And mental health, people who laugh it off or disregard it, thinking, oh, that's just, something else they want to talk about. No. I wouldn't say I would bet, but I am willing to go out on a limb and say at least 70% of the people that will listen to this have been impacted some way by someone with mental health. Someone in your family, some of your friends, family, or whatever, because mental health does not discriminate at all. It doesn't discriminate by race, by age, nationality. It doesn't discriminate at all. And, so as I talked about those young people that were on Dr. Phil and those who took their lives, that was a form of mental health. So your friend should be close enough or know you well enough to know when things are not okay. And one of the people that was on the show whose daughter took her life, she started a foundation. I think it's 3 of them that started foundations, but hers has I don't know if it's the mission or the motto about make sure you check on your strong friends. Because, a lot of times people put on that facade, they have that smile on their face, they're always outgoing, but you have to kind of listen to them sometimes. You may have to look at them closer. Make sure you check on them, so you can't say, okay, these are my friends. This one, I don't know. She's, away from home for the first time. She might not be doing so well, so I'm going to check on her. But this one over here, she comes from a strong family. She's a strong young lady. He was at the top of his class. He was always outgoing. He graduated early, went to college. He's on his own. I know he's doing well. I only check on him. That's probably the one you need to check on. Because in one of those situations, that was what happened to this young man. He was a great student. He played football. I think he said he only needed to be in school 12 weeks, or it was a minimal number of weeks of his senior year, and he was done, and he went right away to college. And also it was during COVID, so it was more isolation, and all he knew was he was always a good student. He was always good at football. Those were his passion. He had to do it. He couldn't let anybody down, but he didn't have anybody to communicate with. Nobody could see his face. Nobody could see the change in his demeanor. And he was the one that said, hey, why didn't I just end it yesterday, so I didn't have to get up into this today? So even those that are strong, we think that they're happy or whatever, those are the ones you got to check on. Look them in their face sometimes. It's good when you be texting and send emails, but sometimes you're going to have to look them in the face. And then you also have to listen because when you can see them, sometimes, how's it going? It's going good. Immediately that face changes. And then be some that's like Twitch. Well, how's it going? It's going fantastic. Okay. So you happy all the time. Always upbeat. Everybody love you. You say Twitch and you just ready to, hey, because this is somebody that has it going on, that's happy. Everybody's behind them. So you have to check on everybody, the strong and the weak. You have to, and the reason why I say you want to be able to look at them and be in their space sometimes, because you want to look at those nonverbals, because sometimes, you ask that question and the words say one thing, but the body language says something totally different. Something's wrong. If you know that person well enough, you can, even though they might be smiling or whatever, what is it that I said this 2 months ago, they would have reacted this way, but today something's a little off. Or again, you may not be able to tell, because like I said, I don't think anybody could tell with Twitch. And I was looking at something else, and it said that people that are upbeat, always happy, always have that smile on the face, can always make you smile. They have that facade, and they can fool anybody, and no one would ever catch on what's going on inside. So those are the strong ones. So then you gotta have to have that conversation. Hey, how's it going? You good? Are you sure you're good? Now, you can tell me if you're not. What's really going on? Anything changing? Anything going on with your body, whatever. And you don't have to say it all in, one sitting or whatever, but throw a question in here, throw a question in there. Look, see if you can see it in their eyes or face or something. But you want to even, check on the strong. You want to give support when support is needed. You want to have empathy for people. Sometimes we say, oh, every time I talk to them, something's wrong. Well, that's not so good, because it'd be like the boy that cried wolf. If every time you talk with them, something's wrong, then when something's really wrong, you won't know. But we have to have empathy for people. That's just the way they are, and we have to accept them for the way they are. So if that's your friend and you know that about them, sometimes you got to hold them accountable. Come on now. You won't ever have a good day. Now, if you're having a bad day every day, when you have a really bad day, I'm not going to even know. You know, you have to say it in a teasing way, but you want to be there for them, show them love. But please, please, please reach out to your friends, check on them, the weak and the strong. Look them in their faces if you can. And I know that might be hard if they're, out of state or whatever. To get on Zoom, do something. But I think that's important as well. And then the last one, and I kind of talked about this before, is, being accountable. We have to be accountable to each other. That's key. Friends help each other be accountable. We allow them to be responsible for being accountable. So it's not that when I say you're going to hold somebody accountable, that doesn't mean, well, you're going to make them dependent on you. So did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? On Wednesday, you got to do this. No, that's not what I mean. You're not going to make them dependent upon you. You're just going to ensure that they're being responsible, and you're going to hold them accountable for being responsible. So let them be independent. Let them be them. But you say, hey, you missed another appointment. You got to get a calendar. You got to write down, get you a whiteboard, get something where you're going to see it when you get up in the morning. Wherever your focus, your focus is going to be every day, in the kitchen or whatever. Get you a whiteboard, write it down. You can't miss appointments. You can't be late for your child's meeting with the teacher. So you're going to have to write those things down. So you're giving them a suggestion. You're making them, you're holding them accountable, but you're not, hey, are you dressed? Because no, you don't want to have to do that. But make sure that they're being responsible. A lot of people, depending on, I guess, how you were raised, you are reluctant to allow people to assist you sometimes. But you have to get your pride out of the way and allow people to help you. And I know I have some friends and I have some family members, and I always say, if you need me, I'm here. I help you. Okay, I will. No, I mean that. Oh, I will. And I know they won't. But, I can't do anything. But if you need me, don't do that. Don't take everything on yourself when someone is willing to assist, willing to help you out. Whatever it is you want. You may get tired of driving. Hey, are you going to be out? Can you pick up this for me? Not that you don't have a car, not that you can't drive, but take a break. This week, I'm going to pick up little things if we need to run errands. Next week, you do it. Give yourself a break. Everybody needs a break. Everybody needs to rest. Everybody needs me time. It goes back to the mental health thing. See, all these things are connected in friends. That's why we need friends. Real friends. Our friends will point out our flaws and help us to work on them if necessary. And it's like I said about, having the food in your teeth. Your friend not going to let you sit there the whole meal with that in your teeth. And then you go home and like, oh my goodness, nobody said a word. So we don't do those type things. And, a lot of times, many people don't like feedback. We don't like constructive criticism. We will get angry. Thank you, Yvonne. Yes, hold your friends accountable. It is so important, especially sometimes even your friend might get angry about something and they get ready to lose it. You kind of maybe look at them and they know, oh, okay, all right, I'm not supposed to do that. But your friends that know you, they'll hold you accountable and help you out. And, I was saying, a lot of times we don't like feedback. We don't like people to give us constructive criticism. But then if it's a friend, we should listen, because we should know that's my friend. They love me. They care about me. So if they're saying this to me, is something that's obvious to others, but I'm not catching it. So that's something that I need to work on or whatever. Because they wouldn't just do something to hurt you for no reason. I remember and I might still do it, I don't know. But when I was, I had to be in my 20s, and at the company I was working, they had something similar to Toastmasters. It was Gavel Club. And the very first speech I did, after you give your speech, someone has to evaluate you, say how you did, whatever. And the one thing they said, and I was like, they said, you smack when you talk. I was like, okay. Well, I don't know these people, so I'm like, okay, but if they said it, I guess I do. So immediately when I get home, I asked my mom, I said, I gave a speech today, and they said I smack when I talk. She said, you do. But she had never said anything. So even though that wasn't a friend, I couldn't get offended. But I went to somebody that I knew loved me and cared about me and asked them. So they, confirmed it for me. So I, didn't get mad at anything. So something I worked on, but whether it went away, I don't know. But, we want to do these things because we, again, want to have the right people around us. It is so important to have friends. We do need friends. So anybody say, oh, I don't need anybody, I'm good by myself. No, I don't need friends. I got family and I don't put up with them. I don't need anybody. Yes, you do. You need somebody. You never know. You could be in the house by yourself, fall, hurt yourself. Who you gonna call? You see, you don't have nothing to do with your family. You don't have any friends. Who you gonna call? 911. They're gonna have to burst your door down because you don't have a friend with a key to come in and see about you. You don't have a friend that could call a family member that could come see about you. We need friends. I need you and you need me. Friends, a part of God's family. So thank you so much for listening today. I hope that this has helped someone, because, sometimes we get to the point where we feel guilty if there's someone that's in our space and things are not going quite right. And, we feel like we need to distance ourselves with them. We feel some kind of way about that. But you cannot feel guilty about you, because you are the most important thing. So you need to make sure that you have the right type people in your space. And that goes back to your acquaintances, your social friends, your friends, and your epitome of friends. All of them need to be the type people that you need them to be, so you can have better relationships. And I have one little quote. It is, hang out with people who force you to level up. Hang out with people who force you to level up. We never want anybody to make us dummy down. So think about that. Again, thank you so much for tuning in today. Please join us Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My special guest will be Elder Orzy Lewis of Jacksonville, Florida. And we're going to be talking about the golden rule. Golden rules, not the golden rule, golden rules. So please join us Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think you will enjoy these golden rules that we're going to be talking about. So please tune in. Thank each and every one of you for joining us this morning. Please don't fail to visit my website, which is www.buildyourbestlife.org. You can read my blog that comes out each Monday. I try to write very thought-provoking blogs that will assist you in building your best life. And those come out each Monday. So when you need something to read, or want to be uplifted, or get some insight on something, please check out my blogs. Check out the calendar of events. Our events are out there. We do 4 major events each year. We already have our guests lined up. We got the dates. So if you can look in our calendar and get those dates, you'll find them in May, June, August, last part of July, August, and November. And put those on your calendar. Also, please, please, please check out the services that I offer. You know, I'm here to assist, but I can't assist if you don't take me up on it. So I am a life coach. I have my credentials. I've gone to school to be, you know, not just someone out here that's blowing hot air, but I do want to assist people in overcoming obstacles to build their best lives. So I'm passionate about that, and I know that that's the purpose that God has given me. So I'm here to assist you. You at least have to reach out if your son, your daughter, if you're a mother with a son, a single mom, a parent, a mentor, a coach, educator, anyone that wants to build your best life, assist someone in building your best life, you can benefit from my services. So I do consultations, coaching, speaking, webinar speaking, and I also wrote a book on overcoming your obstacles to build your best life. You can get an autographed copy. If you go on my website, I have the books in stock, so you will get them quickly. They make wonderful gifts. And like I said, they will assist and help everyone. No one is obsolete. And if you prefer Kindle version, Amazon.com carries the book on Kindle. So thank you so much again for tuning in. I would not be here if not for you. You make it possible. Love you all. Appreciate you. Please continue to pray for our young men, our mothers with sons, and anyone else that is trying to build their best lives, trying to overcome those obstacles and be better. Please join me in praying for them. I greatly appreciate it. As you go along your busy day, you may encounter a young man who has lost his way. Don't shake your head. Don't steady your pace. Stop. Reach out. Give the young man a helping hand. Remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Enjoy your services on tomorrow or today, and be blessed. Hope to see you Tuesday. Bye-bye.